It begins with fire, not the kind that warms or destroys, but the kind that lifts, that defies gravity, that claws at the sky with every roaring second, carving arcs through Earth's atmosphere into the quiet black beyond. In this fire lives one of humanity's greatest achievements, the rocket engine, a machine that compresses energy, timing, chemistry, and pressure into something singular: thrust, the force that enables escape from Earth's deep gravity well, the only way we have ever reached orbit or another world. And among all the engines ever created, none are quite like Raptor. Born from the vision of SpaceX, the Raptor engine is not merely another milestone in propulsion. It is a turning point, a feat so ambitious, so technically demanding, and so critical to the future of space exploration that it may come to define a new era entirely, the era of fully reusable interplanetary flight. But what makes the Raptor so different? Why is it seen not only as a rocket engine, but as the enabler of an entirely new species-level capability? To answer that, we have to go deeper. Raptor is the first full-flow staged combustion engine ever flown. That phrase might sound like technical jargon, but it represents the holy grail of rocket engineering. Most traditional engines, from the legendary F-1 of Apollo to the Merlin engines on Falcon 9, operate with open cycles. A portion of their fuel or oxidizer is used to spin the engine's pumps, then expelled as exhaust, never reaching the combustion chamber. That process works, but it wastes energy. It limits performance. Full-flow, staged combustion changes that. Instead of dumping any exhaust, the Raptor engine pre-burns both the liquid methane fuel and the liquid oxygen oxidizer in separate turbopumps, fully gasifying them before they enter the main combustion chamber. There, both hot gases are mixed and ignited. The result is staggering: higher efficiency, greater thrust-to-weight ratios, more complete fuel usage, and a better cooling profile across engine components. But there's a catch. It's fiendishly difficult to build. No country had ever flown a full-flow engine before. The Soviet Union tried. The US tried. Test beds were built, prototypes fired. But the challenges, thermal stress, pump reliability, material failure, were too great. The design sat in archives. The vision remained theoretical. Until SpaceX. Under the pressure cooker innovation culture of SpaceX, where iteration is relentless and failure is expected, Raptor came to life. It wasn't built in silence or secrecy. It was forged publicly, sometimes explosively. Early prototypes tested in the dusty deserts of Texas spewed flames and shook the earth. Engineers debugged, rewelded, and rebuilt. Explosions were met not with panic, but with data review. Failure, at SpaceX, isn't the end. It's part of the process. What emerged from that firestorm was an engine that didn't just match the performance of its competitors, it surpassed them. A Raptor engine produces over 500,000 pounds of thrust with higher specific impulse, ISP, than the Merlin and most current chemical engines. It's optimized for efficiency, power, and reusability. And reusability is key. SpaceX isn't designing rockets that fly once. They're building launch systems that can fly hundreds of times with minimal refurbishment, like commercial airliners. And in this vision, the engine must be just as robust as the airframe. That's why every part of Raptor, from its high-pressure turbopumps, to its dual pre-burners, to its regeneratively cooled chamber walls, is designed not just to ignite and lift, but to survive, reset, and repeat. Again, and again, and again. But Raptor isn't just about technical elegance. It was built for a purpose, and that purpose lives over 200 million kilometers away. Mars. While traditional rocket engines run on RP-1, a refined kerosene, or liquid hydrogen, Raptor uses liquid methane, CH4. Why? Because methane can be produced on Mars. Through the Sabatier reaction, carbon dioxide from Mars' thin atmosphere and hydrogen, extracted from local water ice, can be synthesized into methane and oxygen, the exact fuels Raptor consumes. This changes everything. It means a starship powered by Raptor could land on Mars, refuel itself using Martian resources, and return home. No need to carry return fuel from Earth. No need for a secondary mission. No dependency on resupply. This is what makes Raptor more than an engine. It is the linchpin of in-situ resource utilization, the idea that humans can live off the land, even when that land is another planet. Without this capability, Mars is a one-way ticket. With it, it becomes a sustainable destination. That's why methane matters. That's why Raptor matters. The Raptor isn't powering a small capsule or test rocket. It is the engine behind the most powerful launch system ever built, Starship. On its super heavy booster, 33 Raptor engines fire in unison, a breathtaking wall of flame generating over 7,500 metric tons of thrust. On the upper stage, 6 more Raptors provide control and vacuum propulsion. This scale is unprecedented. Starship isn't designed for a few missions a year. It's being built for mass production, rapid turnaround, and eventual industrial-scale launches. A global internet constellation, point-to-point Earth travel, lunar resupply, Mars colonization. All of it depends on Raptor, not just working, but thriving under pressure. That's why SpaceX is already transitioning to Raptor 3, an even more powerful, efficient, and simplified version. Each version is designed with fewer parts, faster assembly, and lower cost. Musk's goal is to bring the price of a Raptor engine below $100,000. To put that in perspective, NASA's RS-25, the engine used on the Space Shuttle, cost nearly $50 million per unit. SpaceX aims to reduce the cost by 3 orders of magnitude while improving performance. This is not just optimization, it's revolution. When you look at the Raptor engine, you're not just looking at plumbing and metal. You're looking at a philosophy made real, an idea that engineering is the tool of civilization's expansion. That failure is data. That boldness is not a risk, but a requirement. SpaceX's Raptor represents a pivot in how we think about propulsion, from one-time launch tools to repeatable, reliable infrastructure. From can we escape Earth to how many cities can we build off Earth. It stands at the threshold between what rockets were and what they must become: reusable, scalable, affordable, interplanetary, and perhaps most importantly, not rare. Because in the future SpaceX is building, there will not be one Raptor engine. There will be thousands. In warehouses, on pads, in flight, on other worlds. Each one, a beating heart in the machinery of a new era.